Hello, everyone. We are joining you for just a quick announcement about the Six Flags Corporation. I am Jen from Spencer's Ventures.
And I am Ed from CJ's Crazy Coaster Crew.
There was a little announcement on Thursday, the 5th of March, and I don't know if you want to maybe read a part of the announcement
Oh
or.
yeah, I mean we can.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, it's all over social media. March 5th, that Six Flags has sold off 7 parks to EPR Properties, which is Enchanted Parks. It listed as being anywhere between 330 and 342 million. And their reasoning is to strengthen the financial position after the merger with Cedar Fairs, fair, and that we know that the parks, while this is apparently a done deal, um, the parks are going to run under the Six Flags monocle so that everybody gets to utilize all of their passes, memberships for the 2026 season. I guess the upside here is it's a little better than what happened to Six Flags America, although it still affects everybody who it's their home parks. Me personally, I can kind of empathize with the loss of a park. No, we are not losing Six Flags Great Adventure, but I have been going to America and Maryland for decades. My older boys, my younger boys, going almost every year. It had been, I think, a year or two since I had last gone, and we went 2 or 3 times closing season. Um, yeah, so we just wanted to address the elephant on social media. Um, it's a big to do. A lot of people were surprised. I've discussed this with Jen. I knew that during the merger they had uh, uh, talked. They were supposed to sell 14 of the parks off during the mix of them. We don't know exactly what happened, why it fell through that part. The company that was going to buy, did they back out, use whatever clauses in the contract, to get themselves out of it? And then with it not happening, they came together with $5 billion debt. Really a easy thing out of. Um, Jen and I were kind of talking ahead of time. Um, you know, Lots of things on social media where people are saying, well, 330 million isn't going to put a dent in $5 billion worth of debt. But what you have to remember is that now, starting this year, Six Flags is no longer financially responsible for those parks. So no, it's still not a lot right up front if you're talking 20 million a park times 7 parks, budget, upkeep, renovations breaks down, right? Um, I just felt, instead of going right into our first podcast and skipping this, it would be good to kind of talk about it for a few minutes. Like I told Jen, I don't want to spend a great deal of time. Everybody's posting all over social media. It's not like this is new news. It was 2 days ago. But I just felt that we should address it. I couldn't imagine losing Six Flags Great Adventure,
Oh, no.
right? Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I already know people at America, and we went closing weekend. Spencer's couldn't make it. He went to Disney. But, um, you know, just given the rapport that you build up with the park, it's your home park, right? General public doesn't always understand this. Enthusiasts, kind of, we go all the time to our home park. The cast members become family. It's park family. Like, you see them and you're going to them to say hello. They see you and they're yelling out across,
Right.
right? So I can't imagine what it's like to lose your home park. I guess the only upside to this is, unlike Maryland, you are going to actually have parks after this season. You're just going to have to decide if you want to buy their passes and go. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of my take on it. We knew that there was going to be 14 park sell off for the merger. Part of the reason why the merger sell offs didn't happen, we all kind of, at some point, they're going
Right.
to.
We're going to lose something somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, I knew, I said, and we discussed this, America was on the get rid of on the chopping block. The land was way too valuable. Um, they weren't really getting the business. So uh, the difference is they still own that park. Apparently, they're dismantling rides. If you go on the Six Flags America fan page, there's a couple people have flown drones. Lots of rides that are gone. There's a few rides that are gone already, and we
Yeah.
know that the last video I saw, we were talking about Raging Cajun, yeah, down to a piece of track basically,
Yeah,
lift
it
hill.
looks like just the lift hill. That's it.
So yeah, so it was just a matter of, hey, let's put this out. This isn't going to be a normal podcast. Let it and put it out tonight, just so that we're following along with every other content creator and at least giving our 2 cents, um, good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, obviously, please, we're looking for you guys to interact with us. So feel free to comment on about how you're feeling. We'll respond. We'll respond. You know, I just again, I mean, you look at it from an enthusiast standpoint, and it's got. I can understand it being heartbreaking losing a park. I just look at it as, at least for you guys, unlike America, who still have a park, it just means now buying another pass or something.
Right.
But at least you still have the park, so the likelihood, they've already said, Enchanted Parks has already said, they are looking forward to having these parks. They are going to upkeep them. They are going to add new things. So they really are looking forward to a long term ownership, which is good.
Right. And
So
I don't know how many of those that have been sold, other than the one in New York, Great Escape, right? That has a hotel or something like that.
yeah, so Six Flags, uh, Great Escape put in a Great Wolf type lodge thing.
Like with a water
Oh, long
park in
time ago.
it and
Yeah,
everything.
I was just talking to my son Joel. We're talking about planning a trip for the group to go, or at least us. I'm sure others will come along. We haven't been there since 3 or 4 years old, and it wasn't too long after that trip that they put that hotel in.
Okay.
So, because they have an outdoor water park, they already had an outdoor water. They were building that back then.
Hmm.
But um, the thing is, as far as the Six Flags side, um, any more sell-offs are going to be these type of parks where they picked up after, I think, and I would have to look it up and wasn't prepared. So there was a thing in place when the parks were sold that anything that was a Six Flags park from the get go, not technically Great Adventure, bought it, not the same America, other place. Um, I don't know. It's just, we could go on and on, but
Right.
you're right. It's a tough thing. I don't think anybody else has a hotel site.
Yeah, so
Um,
that I mean, that's a pretty cool acquisition for them, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Their biggest, from what I read in the article, their biggest thing was they wanted St. Louis. They couldn't
Oh,
get that in with it. They weren't going. That was
oh,
like,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
So that, if I remember right, that's what I read, was that was their main. Um, People will miss LaRonda in Canada that we're going. CJ talked about he was going almost every year, every other year. They do a fireworks festival
Yeah.
near the edge of the season. He talked about that all the time. I think that's going to be a big miss if Enchanted Parks doesn't set up. But
Right.
you never know what's going to happen, because now they're their babies, right? They're no longer part of the Six Flags. So we are down to 34 parks now, with the closing of Maryland and then these 7 being sold, and now it's up in the air. We know that during the merger it was supposed to be 14 parks. Nobody would say what those 14 parks were.
Mhm.
So does that mean we're looking at?
Thoughts and prayers to Dorney Park.
I'm concerned about Dorney. Yes, Dorney was. I've gone. We've gone Joel and I multiple times. We had platinum prestige pass. Sorry. Um, and we've done other Cedar Fair parks. I am concerned for Dorney, its location, property value. I've said it, so I'll say it here. I always felt Dorney was treated like the redheaded stepchild of Cedar Fair
Yeah.
parks. 19 years before a new coaster. Yes, you got your upkeeps and you got flats, but you really didn't get anything major for years. That becomes a little discerning, disheartening
Yeah.
when you think about sales. So I am worried about the long run, but hope we love the park and we like going. I mean, I love Maryland and they got rid of
Yeah.
that. So
Well, and this year, we'll be able to give it more coverage, considering that our passes, because I wasn't going to be paying extra for my family's passes to be able to go to all of these parks, but now it'll be included. And so we're definitely going to get there more often.
yeah, we all have the Spencers and myself and my son. We all have the Diamond League. We're still holding on to them. Hold on to them until they make it.
Yep, I got claw marks in mine already.
Yeah, it's really got to be made not worth it. But anyway, that's pretty much where we stand. Our thoughts about it. Feel free to comment. Again, we'll get back to you on it. But yeah, we just kind of wanted to address it. Didn't want to make it a whole series about it. Plenty of it out there on the web.
Right,
So
right. So,
yeah,
official first podcast will be up on Monday. So, if you're seeing this, be sure to tune in on Monday as well. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on and set them to all so that you are notified when we do upload, because we may be uploading little announcements like this in between podcasts. So you'll not want to miss any of that.
yeah, there's supposed to be an announcement from Six Flags Great Adventure on 3/9s. We've already discussed the fact that if they do that, we're gonna jump together and put something out about that so that you'll get that notification knowing that we threw that out there in the middle of the week.
Right. Because you never know. We're just, we're flying by the seat of our pants around here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.